Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you in today's session from your presenter Narinder Kaur, English Mistress. Dear students, today we will do part 3 of your lesson, The Old Sage and the Brothers. Let's get started. The Old Sage and the Brothers, part 3. Dear students, this is the grammar section of this lesson. Let us revise a few things which we have done in the previous lecture. Learning language. Action words are called verbs. There are two forms of main verbs in English, the finite verbs, the non-finite verbs. A verb that changes its form according to person, tense, mood, etc. is called a finite verb. For example, he works hard, they worked hard, we have worked hard. Finite verbs. A finite verb is the form of a verb which is limited by the number, person and tense. For example, I eat an apple daily. She eats an apple daily. We eat apples daily. We ate an apple yesterday. We will eat apples tomorrow. In the examples above, the verb eat changes its forms with change in number, person or tense. Therefore, it can be called a finite verb. Now look at the sentences given below. He wants to be rich. She wanted to be rich. They want to be rich. The verb be here do not change according to tense, number or person. Such verbs are called non-finite verbs. Dear students, let us understand what are non-finite verbs. A non-finite verb form is not limited by number and person of a subject and has no tense. Non-finite verb forms are typically infinitive forms with or without to. For example, to go, go. Ing forms, for example, going. And third form of the verb, for example, finished, gone. Let us look at some examples. I want to eat an apple. She wants to eat an apple. We want to eat apples. They wanted to eat apples. They will want to eat apples tomorrow. In the examples above, to eat doesn't change even when the other verb want keeps changing according to number, person or tense. Therefore, to eat is a non-finite verb. Now look at the following sentence. She makes me understand everything. There are two verbs in this sentence, makes, understand. The former, makes, is finite verb and the latter, understand, is a non-finite verb. This is an easy way to identify the non-finite verb. Types of non-finite verbs. There are three types of non-finite verbs. These are the infinitive, the gerund, the participles. Let us look at the following flowchart to have a better understanding. Non-finites are of three kinds. Non-finite, that is infinitive, gerund and participle. Further, infinitive are of two types, that are bare infinitive, to plus infinitive. Next is gerund, and after that participles are again of two types, present participle and past participle. Dear students, let us understand with one more flow chart. Infinitive, gerund and participles. Gerunds are first verbal form plus ing and we call them verbal nouns also. In this flow chart, you can see participles have added one more type, that is present perfect participle having plus third verbal form. Dear students, let us understand what are gerunds. The gerund is a verbal noun. It is that form of verb which ends in ing and has the force of a noun. In other words, gerunds are used as nouns. So, we call them verbal nouns. They can be used in the following ways: as a subject, as an object, as an object of a preposition, as part of a noun phrase, after certain verbs, as a complement to a linking verb, in noun compounds. Read the following sentences. Swimming is good for health. The word swimming is formed from the verb swim by using ing to it. It therefore appears to be a verb. But the word swimming is the name of an action and is also the subject of a sentence. Hence, it does the work of a noun. The word swimming is like a verb as well as a noun. It is therefore a verb noun and is called a gerund. Dear students, note one thing. The form of gerunds and of the present participles are identical. However, gerunds are verbal nouns and participles are verbal adjectives. For example, he is fond of riding. Riding is gerund here. Riding along the road, he saw a porcupine. Here, riding is present participle. Use of gerund. A gerund can be used as the subject of a verb, like seeing is believing. Collecting stamps is his hobby. The next use is as the object of a transitive verb. I enjoy reading poetry. I like watching the stars at night. We like painting. She likes eating rice. The next use is as an object of a preposition. I am fond of fishing. She is fond of dancing. He was punished for telling a lie. The police prevented her from going. Next is as part of a noun phrase, like playing on this field is enjoyable. Watching the snowfall was a real treat. After certain verbs like admit, avoid, consider, death, differ, delay, deny, detest, dread, enjoy, excuse, fancy, finish, forgive, imagine, invoke, keep, miss, pardon, postpone, prevent, recollect, resent, risk, stop, suggest, understand, etc. For example, he stopped writing as I entered the room. Please pardon my saying so. I enjoy watching this game. The next use of gerund is as a complement to a linking verb. For example, my first love is dancing. Dear students, let us understand with the practice exercise. Pick out the gerund in the following sentences. Swimming is a good exercise. I enjoy sleeping. Old men enjoy gossiping. I hate waiting. Stealing is a crime. I am fond of walking. I am good at spelling. We took part in boating. My sister does not like cooking. She is fond of dancing. Dear students, let us pick out the gerunds together. In the first sentence, swimming is the gerund. In the second, it is sleeping, which is gerund. Third, gossiping. Fourth sentence, waiting is the gerund. In the fifth sentence, stealing is the gerund. In sixth sentence, it is walking, which we call gerund. In the seventh sentence, spelling. In the eighth sentence, boating. In the ninth sentence, cooking. And in the 10th sentence, dancing is the gerund. Dear students, let us do another practice exercise. Pick out the gerund in the following sentences. First, teach me swimming. Second, giving is better than receiving. Third, I am fond of singing. Fourth, I like sleeping in the afternoon. Fifth, no smoking. Sixth, do you feel like going for a swim? Seventh, I do not allow walking here. Dear students, let us pick out the gerund together. In the first sentence, teach me swimming. Swimming is the gerund. Second sentence, giving is better than receiving. Giving and receiving both are gerunds. In the third sentence, I am fond of singing. Singing is the gerund. In the fourth sentence, I like sleeping in the afternoon. Sleeping is the gerund. In the fifth sentence, no smoking. Smoking is the gerund. In the sixth sentence, do you feel like going for a swim? Going is the gerund. I do not allow walking here. Walking is the gerund in the last sentence. Dear students, fill in the blanks with the correct gerund. Suresh enjoys dash football and the verb is play. She loves dash books. Read. I am afraid of dash in the coat and the verb is appear. It is easier to say than dash and the verb is do. Every miser hates dash money and the verb is spent. She finished dash in no time and the verb is cook. Don't forget to lock the door before dash to bed and the verb is go. Let us fill the blanks together. Suresh enjoys playing football. She loves reading books. I am afraid of appearing in the court. It is easier to say than doing. Every miser hates spending money. She finished cooking in no time. Don't forget to lock the door before going to bed. Use gerunds in the following sentences. First sentence, always check the oil before you start the car. Second, to praise all alike is to praise none. Third, I cannot go on to do nothing. Fourth, to amass wealth ruins health. Fifth, to see is to believe. Sixth, to give is better than to receive. Seventh, to talk like this is foolish. Eighth, she loves to sing songs. Ninth, the miser hated to spend money. And the 10th is, I am tired to wait. Always check the oil before starting the car. Praising all alike is praising none. I cannot go on doing nothing. Amassing wealth ruins health. Seeing is believing. Giving is better than receiving. Talking like this is foolish. She loves singing songs. The miser hated spending money. I am tired of waiting. Dear students, now let us learn what are participles. A participle is a verbal form used as an adjective and sometimes as an adverb. It is also used as part of an adverb phrase. He gave me a broken slate. Broken is participle. This book is interesting. Having burnt his finger, he moved away from the fire. Dear students, participles are of three kinds. Present participle, that is first verbal form plus ing. Past participle, third verbal form like gone, eaten. And the third kind is perfect participle like having, having been. The present participle. It is formed by adding ing to the first verbal form like eating, writing, singing, etc. The news is alarming. Don't disturb a sleeping baby. The past participle. Past participle is the third form of a verb. For example, burnt, damaged, etc. A burnt child dreads fire. I found my lost book. Dear students, the perfect participle is formed by adding having or having been in the passive form before the past participle. Having finished our work, we went to the garden. The sun having set, they stopped working. Use of present participle. It is as an adjective like I'll buy a jumping doll. This building has no running water. As an object complement like we found the terms tempting. I found the child sleeping. As an adverb like she went away crying. She went out of the house singing. The boy sat whistling. As part of an adjective phrase like the person living on the first floor is my friend. The man running the whole show is my father. As a participle phrase like placing his hand on the Bible, he took the oath. Picking up his bag, he walked away. Dear students, let us understand with the help of a practice exercise. Combine the following pairs of sentences using a present participle. Like first sentence, he raised his sword, he struck his enemy. We found the child, it was crying for its father. I heard the bang, I sprang up from my bed. She left home early, she arrived here on time. He stood aside, he was waiting for orders. And the answers are raising his sword, he struck his enemy. We found the child crying for its father. Hearing the bang, I sprang up from my bed. Leaving home early, she arrived here on time. Standing aside, he was waiting for orders. Dear students, let us learn what are the uses of past participle. Like as an adjective, the wounded man was taken to hospital. He is a spoiled child. As an object complement, like we found the door locked. The news left us shocked. As an adverb, like the man left the hospital completely cured. Excited, he kept moving here and there. As part of a participle phrase, like we saw a bird caught in a net. She found the door painted on both sides. Let us do practice exercise 2. Fill in the blanks with the ing form of the given words. I caught a dash dog. It was a dash sight. We had a dash journey. Give him a dash pad. Dash crops need care. I do not like dash taps. Did you see the dash flame? It was a dash play. We had an dash talk. The government is looking after the dash classes. And in the first sentence, I caught a running dog. It was a pleasing sight. We had a tiring journey. Give him a writing pad. Growing crops need care. I do not like dripping taps. Did you see the rising flame? It was a boring play. We had an amusing talk. The government is looking after the working classes. Practice exercise 3. We need to combine the sentences by using participle phrases. I saw a thief. He was running away towards the station. You can see the child. She is sleeping peacefully. I can hear my son. He is saying prayers. My father came back home. He brought some fruits for us. Could you bring me a pen? It is lying on the shelf. Let us combine them together. I saw a thief running away towards the station. You can see the child sleeping peacefully. I can hear my son saying prayers. Having brought some fruits for us, my father came back home. Could you bring me a pen lying on the shelf? Dear students, let us do practice exercise 4. Fill in the blanks with the correct participle form of the given verbs. I got my house dash. We got the book dash. The dash food got spoilt. Give a dash statement. Who likes dash vegetables? That lady found her dash purse. You must get the room dash. The dash rose was thrown out. Let us do it together. I got my house built. He got the book translated. The cooked food got spoiled. Give a written statement. Who likes burnt vegetables? That lady found her lost purse. You must get the room painted. The faded rose was thrown out. Let us do this exercise once again. I got my house built. He got the book translated. The dash food got spoiled. The cooked food. Give a written statement. Who likes burnt vegetables? That lady found her lost purse. You must get the room painted. The faded rose was thrown out. Dear students, now this is the time for your home assignment. Combine the following sentences into a single sentence each. Mohan is trying. He wants to follow Gandhiji. You need to combine these sentences into a single sentence by using participle or gerund. The chairman tried it. He wanted to put him off. Mohan did not look at the girls. He avoided it. It is no use. Don't cry over spilt milk. I saw a gentleman. He was sitting next to me. Hari does not accept bribes. He hates it. He stole the ornaments. He looked for a place to hide them. Let us read the sentences once again. Mohan is trying. He wants to follow Gandhiji. The chairman tried it. He wanted to put him off. Mohan did not look at the girls. He avoided it. It is no use. Don't cry over spilt milk. I saw a gentleman. He was sitting next to me. Hari does not accept bribes. He hates it. He stole the ornaments. He looked for a place to hide them. Dear students, this is your home assignment 2. Combine the following statements using participles, gerunds or infinitives. Turn to the right. You will find the office. She was praised by all. She grew proud. He made a promise. He kept it also. He drew his sword. He rushed at the king. It was my purse. It had been lost. Dear students, that's all for the day. I am Mrs. Narinder Kaur, working as English mistress at Government Middle School, Anandpur, District Fatehgarh Sahib, Punjab. It is an initiative by Department of School Education, Punjab. Thank you. Have a nice day.